Listen, I ain't got time for this.
Don't speak to me like that.
Come and speak to me, yeah? Right. You've been causing some issues.
No, he ain't.
He hasn't.
I'm talking to him. Okay, I'm not you.
Calm yourself down.
Away.
Calm your attitude down. Speak to the public with respect.
Listen, go away.
I'm telling you to calm down.
Go away.
Yeah, I'm DP audit. Respect. I'm carrying on all I want. Speak to the public with respect and integrity like you're meant to. Why is there no police here?
Go and speak to the inspector.
You call through now and tell him to send
No, you don't tell me what to do, pal.
Oh, shut your attitude up as well, you. Wind your neck in. Wind your neck in, yes.
Wind my neck in.
Yeah, you're the police officer. See that? That's a claim and a half. You're getting a claim against you. You little you're losing your job, you little.
Yeah, you think so?
See that, guys?
That's assault.
Witnesses, yeah?
You do nothing wrong.
You assaulted me.
Right.
On camera.
Whoa.
Yo, he's off his head. He can't be a copper.
Whoa.
That's look at that. Look at that. Wind your neck and look how bad he is.
When the auditor challenged the officer's rude and aggressive behavior, simply telling him to calm down and wind his neck in, the response wasn't professional. It was thuggish. Instead of de-escalating, the officer used brute force, shoving someone to the ground over nothing more than words. That kind of reaction is completely disproportionate and indefensible. And what makes it worse is the mindset behind it. This wasn't a split-second reaction to danger. It was a conscious choice to assert dominance through physical intimidation because someone dared to question his attitude. That isn't policing. It's ego-driven violence. Officers are supposed to handle scrutiny with calm, professionalism, and restraint, not lash out because they don't like being called out in public. The fact this happened in front of a crowd only deepens the disgrace. Instead of setting an example, this officer became one, showing exactly what happens when authority is in the hands of someone who can't handle accountability.
Go away.
Nah, I'm in public. Shut your mouth and your attitude up. You're a public of the servant, a servant of the public.
Okay.
There's no, you're breaching the peace.
You ain't spraying him.
Okay.
You ain't spraying him. And I'm doing nothing wrong.
No, you're not. You speak to him like that's what you're doing. You don't get to speak to public like that. You don't get to speak to people like you're speaking to him. That's not how your role works. You're a police officer of the law, serving the crowd and serving the people. Respect and integrity. Remember your oath and your college of policing training. You're absolute disgrace. The way you push me over now, you're getting a claim against you. You're getting sued.
Right.
You should lose your job for that as well.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see, won't we? And you're going to be all over the internet. Do you know how many people are going to see you? You're live now.
Good for you.
Welcome to YouTube, you how about that?
Okay, swear at me once more, I'll lock you up.
Higher threshold. Is there any complainants? Is there any complainants from a swearing? Any complainants? Your officers need to arrest you.
Okay.
You assaulted me.
Right.
You need to arrest your fellow officer. Section 26, he just pushed me on the ground, threatened me with power for telling to rax himself. Now, arrest your officer now.
The auditor demands that the officer's colleague be arrested under Section 26 of the Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, a law that makes it a criminal offense for a police officer to abuse their powers or commit misconduct while on duty. In this case, the assault didn't happen during a volatile arrest or in response to a genuine threat. It happened simply because the auditor challenged the officer's unprofessional behavior. That's not law enforcement. It's an abuse of authority. This mirrors the case of former South Wales police officer Richard Hellaying, who was convicted under Section 26 for abusing his position to exploit vulnerable individuals. Hellaying's actions, like the officers in this incident, weren't about upholding the law. They were about misusing authority for personal ends. Hellaying's conviction underscores just how seriously the justice system treats these abuses, and it sets a clear precedent. When officers cross the line, they can and should be held criminally accountable.
You're online on YouTube, you're going on YouTube, you don't do your jobs correctly, you're going to look like idiots. Nah, he's assaulted, he's assaulted me, mate.
We need to work out what's gone on.
He's pushed me, his foot to me like that because he was speaking to him like club and I told him to speak to members of the public respect like you're meant to and professionally, and that is the worst example. He needs to be fired, he's getting sued or we're putting a claim against him. That was outrageous. Arrest him. Arrest him. Do your job. The College of Policing tells you to arrest him.
You need to relax. You need to calm down.
You need to arrest him.
You hear? You need to talk to me. Tell me what's going on. So obviously dealing with.
He was talking to him, and the way he was speaking to him was disgusting. The way you do not speak to members of the public like that. The way he was disgusting. Everything about him was disgusting. He's going to get. Do you know how many views he's going to do online now? Well, he'll go viral with the way that was. That was one of the worst situations I've ever seen. I've done this for a year now. You need to arrest him.
Okay, well, we're not going to arrest him. But
you're not going to arrest your colleague when he's just broke the law. and assaulted a member of the public.
But you're entitled to make.
What does your College of Policing treat you at the beginning?
Listen,
When you're call your officers. No, you listen to me. He has assaulted me and broke the law.
Listen to you. You're entitled to make a complaint online.
You're getting sued, mate.
Okay.
Look at him, look
No
at
more
him.
lesson.
Instead of acknowledging any wrongdoing or engaging with the auditor's legal challenge, the officer played the victim, acting as though his personal comfort outweighed the public's right to accountability. In reality, officers are trained to remain composed in tense situations. Personal space is not a lawful justification for assault, especially from someone wearing a badge and sworn to uphold the law. This mindset, where an officer feels entitled to use force simply because they are uncomfortable, is dangerous. It's not about safety, it's about power. And when that power was challenged, this officer didn't de-escalate, didn't explain, didn't walk away. He shoved someone to the ground, then tried to rationalize it with a flimsy, made-up rule that that's not policing. That's misconduct, plain and simple.
Look at him.
Okay.
Right,
Have a good
identify
day.
yourself.
7459.
Name, station.
Okay, don't need to give money.
Yes, you do.
No.
3 forms. You've used your powers against
Okay.
me. 3 forms of identification.
Don't point at me.
I'll point like I
Don't
want.
point at me.
No.
Yeah.
3 forms of identification. You're going to push me again, are you?
If you can put in my space, yes.
Oh, you're in my space now. What would happen if I
Well, what
pushed
I'm
you?
doing, well, you can try.
Ah, see what I mean?
Yeah.
See this, people?
Yeah.
You're welcome
Alright,
to YouTube.
Have a good day.
What's name and fucking station
Have a
as
good
well?
day, sir.
Name and station. I don't know. On his name and station, he's got to give 3 forms of identification.
Under the College of Policing guidelines, officers must identify themselves when asked, providing their name, rank, and station, especially in a use of force situation. This isn't a polite gesture. It's a safeguard designed to protect the public from abuse and make sure officers can be held accountable here. The officer had just committed an act of violence, yet deliberately made himself untraceable. That single choice undermines trust, transparency, and the very foundation of policing in a democratic society. For a member of the public to seek justice, they must know who wronged them. Without that, misconduct goes unchecked. His refusal to identify himself after such a serious incident isn't just arrogant, it's calculated. And it's utterly indefensible.
Have a good day. You ain't going to have a good day when it follows through on you. Welcome to YouTube as well.
Thank you.
Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at the state of him.
Really?
Yeah, the state here.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Have a good day.
Absolute.
Cheers. Swear at me again, I'll lock you up.
But you can't use a higher threshold. You can't lock me up for that.
Really?
Yeah, section 5.
Really? You think so? That's it, you can walk him back.
See, he was going to arrest me, guys. Will, sort him out, man. He's horrible, mate.
Right there, how's it going?
Him, he pushed me over there. His attitude stinks. He's threatening to arrest me, power spray me.
Alright.
The opposite of you. He needs to be sacked. He needs to be arrested. He should be arrested by fellow officers under your College of Policing to protect members of the public. He should be arrested for that.
Let's be clear. The auditor had just been assaulted. He was shaken, hurt, and outraged. Swearing in that context isn't harassment or disorder. It's a natural expression of distress after being physically attacked by a public servant. For the officer to immediately respond with "swear at me again and I'll lock you up" is not just unprofessional, it's abusive. The law rightly holds police to a higher standard because of their role and training. They are expected to have thicker skin, to remain calm under pressure, and to de-escalate, not retaliate when emotions flare. This isn't a single bad decision. It's a window into an officer with no remorse, no self-awareness, and zero understanding of public trust. Threatening arrest in response to a victim's raw emotional reaction doesn't repair the damage. It magnifies the abuse.
You should have arrested him.
Well, as you know,
You should have arrested him. Wait till you see the footage.
we can't arrest anyone, as you know. As a piece
You
of
can't know. They should have arrested him.
So what you can do, if you want to make a complaint.
Well, I've never
there is a
experienced
process.
anything like him.
Well, I haven't seen
Ever,
it.
mate.
Let me hear what you said.
Ever. You know I'm sound with you when it's a sound.
So you know what
I've
I
never
did?
experienced
Let me
that.
say one thing.
He is a dangerous police officer. He should not be in the
one thing
police.
to
You should not be in the police. You are a dangerous police officer. You are a dangerous police officer. You should not be in a front-facing role. You should not be going out the public. You are disgusting. You are a shame.
Stand back.
Shameful. Shameful. You should not be a front-facing officer to the public. You are a danger to the public, my friend. You're the reason people like me exist, because of people like you.
You know that as well as me, this place is covered in cameras. Okay? So, ergo, if you have a complaint, and you're an auditor, you probably feel.
I've got it on film, yeah, I will.
Mr. What can I call you?
Just call me DP.
DP.
Or Paul, call me Paul, call me Paul.
So, if you want to make a complaint, which really you are, whatever happened will be covered in cameras, won't it?
Yeah, he cannot be in a role as a police officer, I'm sorry.
What I would suggest...
I'm not having a go at you, that was outrageous.
What I would suggest is, after an incident like that, our adrenaline is high, which can lead to action...
Nah, when you see the footage, there's no excuse for his behaviour then. Initially.
Whatever's happened is happened.
This kind of excuse from the second officer is deeply troubling and frankly dangerous. To downplay a clear assault by saying our adrenaline is high isn't just dismissive. It attempts to normalize violence and misconduct by those specifically trained to remain calm under pressure. Police officers are not civilians in a street fight. They are professionals entrusted with authority and expected to rise above emotion, not be driven by it. Saying whatever has happened is nothing more than an attempt to sweep misconduct under the rug and sidestep accountability. That if a member of the public pushed an officer and tried to use that same excuse, it wouldn't fly. Yet here, an officer uses it to justify unlawful force against someone simply exercising their rights. That double standard is exactly what erodes public trust.
But just try and bring...
Nothing's going to get done about it.
Hang on, no.
Nothing's going to get done about it.
So, whatever's happened, you would try and just get your adrenaline down, carry on with what you're doing, auditing, whatever, seeing what's going on, videoing.
Yeah.
And then...
Where's the police presence,
when your adrenaline is high, you can react to things that you won't normally react to.
To be honest with that copper then, the reason I snapped at him because the way he was talking to this fella here was the most, honestly, you know what I'm like, Will. If you sound, I'm sound with you. This was the most outrageous thing I've seen from a police officer in probably my life, Will. And I've been beaten up by yous and everything. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Shameful, and I hope he's reprimanded when you get back to the station. I hope you tell him that he's wrong in what he's doing, and do what your college of police tells you to call your fellow officers out. That's the professionalism you need to do, because of these sort of things. Them comments is ruining your relations with the public. So you need to tell them, and I hope you do, Will, because that was disgusting, mate.
The auditor hits the nail on the head. He's calling out one of the biggest failures in modern policing: the silence of bystanders in uniform. The College of Policing's own code of ethics stresses integrity, accountability, and challenging unprofessional behavior. That includes speaking up when a fellow officer crosses the line. Every time misconduct goes unchallenged, it widens the divide between police and public and undermines the professionalism of those trying to do the job the right way. The public sees everything, and in these moments, silence is as loud as action. Officers must be brave enough to hold each other to the standards they are sworn to uphold. If they don't, the badge loses its meaning, and public servant becomes nothing more than a title.
This was the worst attitude I've seen from a police officer really in my entire life. Really and I grew up ghetto and shit.
I'm not saying you're lying, I'm not saying it didn't happen, I'm just saying I'm surprised. And that's
well,
being really straight.
You'll see the footage anyway, and you're going to be in shock. Yeah, and you know what I'm like? I was telling him, at first he kind of relaxed a little bit, and then I think his ego took back over, and then he had to start.
That's really surprising. As long as you're alright.
No, I'm alright.
That's the most important thing.
Tell him KHNK solicitors will be in contact with him soon.
I didn't hear.
Tell him the solicitors will be in contact with him soon, man. Oh, and I will go to the ISP, all that, right? Go through them methods. I want him removed as his role as a police officer. After that, today, he should not be a police officer. I know he's your friend, Will, but I'm sorry, he shouldn't. It's dangerous. Can't be having danger like that.
The auditor's decision to take this case to HNK solicitors marks a serious step forward in holding the officer accountable, and rightly so. This wasn't a gray area or a split-second judgment call. It was a blatant abuse of power. The officer violently shoved the auditor to the ground simply for telling him to act professionally. That wasn't lawful force, and it wasn't necessary. It was pure ego and aggression from someone trained to de-escalate, not inflame. The failures didn't stop there. He refused to identify himself, a basic requirement for transparency. Without that, the public can't properly report misconduct or file complaints. Then, when the auditor reacted emotionally, understandably so, he threatened arrest for swearing. The auditor shut that down, pointing out the highest standard expected of police officers. The law isn't there to protect egos. It exists to protect the public from abuse, especially by those in uniform. Making matters worse, another officer defended the assault by citing adrenaline as justification, as though police brutality becomes acceptable under stress. Officers are trained to manage stress, not use it as an excuse to cause harm. And when the auditor asked the remaining officers to call out the misconduct, he exposed a bigger problem, the culture of silence. Trust in policing collapses when officers turn a blind eye to wrongdoing in their own ranks. This wasn't just one rogue cop. It was a collective failure to confront unacceptable behavior. It revealed not only a physical abuse of power, but a deeper institutional rut, a lack of accountability, transparency, and empathy. The auditor stood firm, refused to be intimidated, and is now pursuing justice through the courts, not just for himself, but for everyone who expects better from those sworn to serve. One thing is clear: this officer must be held accountable. There's no place in policing for anyone who treats the public like this.